Hello, today I'm here with Oscar Ortiz, graduate of TSU. Hello, how are you doing, Oscar?
I'm doing well today. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for letting me interview you, and just have a few questions for you.
Okay.
Okay. When and where were you born?
I was born on March 5th, 1992, and I was born in California, Los Angeles.
Okay. Where are your parents from?
My parents are from Mexico, Zacatecas, a little town called Luis Moya.
Okay.
And the way my parents came to U.S. was my father came with a friend, and then he flew my mom to California, so that's how I was born there. And then my father flew my mom to Texas, to where he was in a little town called Clement, Texas.
All right. How did you like the city of Houston?
The city of Houston is quite big, and it's a great city to come to and get an education and to come and look for an opportunity to find work because it's so big and has so many opportunities for you to come here to so you can expand yourself in the workforce.
Okay. How did it come to Houston had a major impact in your life?
I had to do a lot because I come from a little small town with probably 2,000 people. Coming to a big city was something different for me. I was not used to living in such a crowded area, but I got quite used to it. It impacted me by going to a better school, becoming more educated, and meeting people to put me in a better place.
Okay. Did your parents ever discuss with you or racism?
I would say kind of in a way, but not really. Well, I know we were different, but my mom says always to treat everybody equally, because we want to be treated as we treat others.
Okay. Um, can you tell me what kind of interactions that you had with other people not your race?
Well, I come from a small town, and there was not a lot of Hispanic people there, so everybody in my class was American. So I had to interact with a lot of American people every day, learning the language, getting confused between English and Spanish, and it was kind of hard for me. But at the end, I was able to do it.
What high school did you attend?
I attended Equipment High School. We're in that small town, Equipment, all my life. I went to elementary there, I went to middle school there, I went to high school there, and I graduated from there.
How was your high school?
My high school was small. My class was only 90 people, and I was in the top 10 of my class. And most of us all went to college. Well, 30 of us from our class went to college and on, and some of them went to A&M, others went to Tech. Well, a few went to Tech, but yeah.
Okay. Um, how would you compare high schools here and high schools back in your small town?
Well, my town high school prepared me really well to come to college because when I graduated in high school, I had 24 college hours, so that gave me a great advantage. So when I came to college, I was already ahead of everyone, and didn't have to worry about taking some classes. I just had to take a lot of all my core classes were already done, so I went straight on to my core classes where I focused on.
What notable moment in American history sticks out most in your memory?
I would say 9/11. I remember I was in class when it happened, and I didn't know what was going on. But I remember going home and seeing what was going on, and it was a shock of what was happening. Because after that, I remember everything changed. Everybody was more secure and protective of themselves in in the the security of everywhere was more tight.
Okay. Can you tell me, what do you think about people today?
People today are more lucky than what we used to be because now they have internet and more education of getting a better education than what we had. When I was growing up, I remember I didn't have Google. I didn't Google, I didn't know what was going some of the things that I know today, and with Google it has helped me learn a lot of things for my background, for my education, for my job. But I'm glad I got it to use it a little bit when I was growing up, and it has extended my knowledge a great deal.
Okay. What advice would you give young people that you wish someone would give you at a young age?
Mm. Just start preparing yourself for the workforce, thinking of what you really want to be, and finding yourself really. So when you are ready to get your career, you know what you really want to be, because that way you have already researched it. You've been on the been out there where with someone that's the job that you would like to have, because that way you will put yourself in that situation and prepare yourself to be there. By doing that, you know you can get there because you prepared yourself from the early start. Like me, I had a little bit of a late start, but I I jumped my way up by putting myself where I needed to be.
What made you come to TSU?
Well, what made me come to TSU was my high school coach. I used to run track and cross country in high school, and I was really well. I made it to regionals in track and cross country for my school, and I got to compete at the higher level regions. And my coach put me in contact with the TSU coach, which had to, which was his baseball coach that put him in college too. And from there on, that's how I went to TSU. I found out they had a great program for civil engineering, and I got to do something that I love, was run for a great school.
What degree did you pursue in TSU?
In TSU, I went for civil engineering technology. The reason I chose that degree is because ever since I was little, I like to build, and I always like to take things apart, and I was so curious of how things were made, how they run, or how they were built, and how they function. So I wanted to be a part of that and make it a better place for us to live.
Okay. How would you identify? Who would you identify as an important role model?
Now I have to say my father, because he was a man with little knowledge, but had he was quite educated for the little knowledge he had. He taught me to do a lot of things. He told me to be a good man with the heart, and he showed me how to work physically. And but my mother showed me how to be smart with my head, not to be always a physical person, but use your brains too.
Okay. So that'll be your mom and your dad, or your
Yes.
parents are your biggest role model.
Yes, my parents.
Okay. How did it prepare you for where you are now?
It prepared me really well, because now my mom pushed me to go to school. I didn't like school, and now I have a great career since I graduated from TSU. It landed me a pretty good job at a company where I design for electric company.
Okay. What memories about TSU stick out the most to you?
Having to run for TSU track and cross country, because I never thought I would run against uh, better people than me, and seeing other people beat me was kind of hard on me, but it taught me a great deal that to dig deep inside yourself to bury it where you want to be and push myself even more harder because there are greater people than you out there.
Okay. Were there any significant moments in the U.S. history that you recall experiencing while at TSU?
Yeah, re-electing Obama for president, that was something big because first of all, having a black American for our president was something big, but getting to re-elect him was something great where I got to vote for my first time.
How old were you?
I was 19.
Um, can you describe the campus and compare it to what it is now?
When I was at TSU, I remember we had our technology building in little trailers, and most of our classes were in the old science building. And now, when I graduated, we have that new technology building, which is quite amazing because we have all these new computers and new software programs that I got to use that introduced me to where I am now in my job, where I get to use AutoCAD and MicroStation and so on.
Okay. Do you think HBCUs are important?
Yes, because it gives black people and minority people an advantage. Because in other big schools, you wouldn't see these people coming together and sticking for what they want. And with these schools, it makes a great big deal because these people come together and put themselves to be out there with the other people. So it doesn't make us minority. So we're trying to make ourselves stronger to where we need to be.
So you think HBCUs make people very feel like they are able to be someone
Yes,
in life?
everybody can be someone. It just you have to put yourself in that situation and dig deep for it. If you really want it, you'll get it.
What advice would you give students attending TSU today?
To never give up, because when I was going to TSU, I wanted to give up so bad all the time. Go back home to my little town. But every time I look back, I was like, I can't put it down. Just look where I am and look how much little more I have to do. So I always dig deep, and you'll get to where you need to be. So never give up.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Ortiz, for the interview. I
You're welcome.
appreciate it.
Thank you.